Today, I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman who is going to do most of the talking. I don't talk much. Troy Earthram. And every community needs a volunteer. Knoxville is fortunate to have a citizen such as Troy Earthram. Troy brings his IT, information technology, and computer career competencies that allows Knoxville and organizations to refresh and create new activities. Troy states he is a home mouse supporting his family and community as his primary priorities. His wife is a doctor at the Knoxville Hospital, and they have children in our Knoxville school system. He's going to share how he combines his career experiences and love of volunteer activities. Let's give Troy Earthram a warm welcome.
Hey guys. Yeah, I'm going to be talking. That was a lot of big words in there, John.
I just read what I'm given.
So he must have written some really nice big words there for the kids. You can look up what half those words mean. I might have to look up later too. So most of you probably already recognized I have the weather behind me, and this is actually this week's weather. We're supposed to have very nice weather pattern this week. You can see nice, cool, sunny days with a chance of storms later on. So if you didn't know, weathermen actually never have this behind them like I do either. What they have instead is the green screen, and I'll see if I can turn it off here, and then you can see what I'm actually talking about. Yeah, so there. Can you guys see? It's just the green screen, right? That's all the weathermen have too, right? And that allows them to bring up any graphic they want, and then they can show you the weather, right? Now, most of you have probably already know that, movie magic, the things in the movies, most of the movies you see today, what's happening in the background never is actually there. They act in front of a green screen, and then they put all the computer stuff back behind it, right? Like Star Wars and some of those. So the reason they do this is because the computer can recognize what's green and what's not, and therefore it makes the computer, it's really easy for the computer to substitute it. So like, what do you think would happen if I were to wear a green shirt? Would that be good or bad for the weatherman? Any ideas? I think it would be a bad idea if he wore a green shirt. So, when I do this, has anyone seen the movie Harry Potter? He has the invisibility cloak. How do you think they filmed it, huh? They probably did it with a green shirt or towel or something, right? And then that's what it looks like. Now, you probably already know that on Zoom you can have backgrounds in Zoom without a green screen. However, the computer has to do a lot of work to do that. And actually, I might even be able to demonstrate. It's not as good. So, okay. So I just turn it on now, and you could see how my head kind of shears and I blink all over. It doesn't work as well. It works much better when I click it and I say, hey, I have a green screen, because then the computer doesn't have to work. And what it allows you to do, so some of you might not know this, but if you're using a green screen, what you can do is use video backgrounds. You can't do that unless you have the video, right? And then we can put a little sound effect. There we go. So I could be going down the tracks, right? Or maybe we want to go out to the desert, and then we got some camels in the background or something. So, but ultimately, why they asked me to come on is I had done a project. So we had a problem. I don't know if many of you know, but and this is what John was alluding to. I volunteer in the community, and one of the ways I volunteer is through theater. And I work a lot with the Knoxville area community theater, and then I also work with the high school. So if you've ever seen any of the high school musicals or plays they put on, I'm heavily involved with them, mainly with lights and set building. But anyway, we had a problem with COVID, right? So here we are, right? We're all on Zoom. How do we put on a performance when people can't all be in the same room, right? And the way we did that was using green screen. So I have a little video. So I'm going to share that video here with you in a little bit here, and I'll just give you some premise. It was a video I made to show the steps that we did because, and actually I have a new vocab word for you if you don't know. Diorama. Anybody know what a diorama is? So a diorama is something miniature. So when we built this project, I built a miniature set or stage because we couldn't be on a real stage, right? So I made a miniature one, and then we used green screen to put the actors on the stage, and they weren't even in the same room with each other, right? Because of COVID. So I'm gonna, Sean, Miss Helly, how does, or like, if I just share my screen, right? That'll probably work.
Do you have access to it? I
It
think.
looks like I do. So let me
Okay.
try. It says host disabled screen sharing.
Okay, then I go to
See if
this
you can enable that.
and I think I fixed it.
Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to, well, maybe I'll just share my whole screen, I guess. Yeah, all right, so you probably can see my whole screen now. And I'm gonna go get my video. So one of the things too that this video is kind of good too, because I know you guys are talking a lot about steps in a procedure, right? Steps in a process. So this is the steps that we took, and you can kind of see how we were able to make a movie or a play without, you know, during all all this crazy COVID stuff. So anyway, here we go.
We're live for Jana's second slap. Episode 2 slap.
So there's one of our actresses, and she's a maid, and she's supposed to be dusting. So there's the green screen you see, and so there's she's gonna react here. She's angry at this guy because she's
We're
talking.
live on Greg.
So here's the other guy. So this is the guy that she's angry at. So you notice he's all by himself too.
Hey, nice looking bear.
So anyway, he's gonna get slapped. So now we gotta put it all together. So step one was to video him. Step two, here's my diorama I was talking about. It's like a little miniature dollhouse thing. And what we did is we took a picture of where we wanted this to take place. And now we're gonna, I used software on my computer that was free, by the way, to do all this. So now we're gonna start bringing in, we have the picture, we have Jana, we have Greg. So we bring them in. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the green screen effect. So that's where we tell the computer, hey, ignore anything green. So yeah, we had to make sure they weren't wearing green, right? Because that would have been bad. So once we have that done, we can add in the sound. You know, we need a slapping sound and we need to put it all together. So.
Swell dig. Hey, nice looking bear. Oh.
There we go. So yeah, you know, it's amazing because you have to watch that slap again because you got to remember they weren't together when they filmed it, right? So they just, you know, they had to act it out, and then we put it into post-production, I guess.
Hey, nice looking bear.
So yeah, perfect slap. I was gonna put together another one that involved farting, but I didn't know if second graders could handle farting. I don't know. Usually that gets a lot of laughs though. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. All right, so yeah, so I guess part of this too is I just want to just let you guys know that as you're getting older here, and even now, you are in unprecedented times. Another large word, but I'm sure unprecedented you've heard because everyone's using that word with COVID anymore, right? But I mean, when I was little, I always wanted to make movies, and I didn't even have my own camera. But now, I mean, the movies that I've been making, I do from my smartphone, and all the software I use is usually free. I mean, you guys can make movies, and you could use effects like green screen. The green screen that's behind me is just basically a green bed sheet. You can use anything green. Amazon has them pretty cheap, but you guys are in the position that as you're growing up, you want to make a movie, go make a movie. There's nothing stopping you from making a movie. I mean, you have all that technology available. And So I guess finally, I'll wrap up before I take questions. But as I mentioned, I do volunteer for the community a lot, and one of those ways is through theater. And you're just about ready to get into the age now. And I think the I can't remember. The church does a great theater thing. I can't remember the name.
Missoula Children's Theater?
Yes, the Missoula Children's Theater is great to get started with at your age, and they do a really good job. And then as you get older, Knoxville Area Community Theater, we're going to be putting on Shrek later this year. But you know, when there's theater involved, you know, it's not just the actors. We need a lot of people backstage doing makeup, working on costumes, running the lights, helping people find their seats. So theater is just an easy way to get involved, and you meet lots of people, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, when you get to high school, see, your guys in second grade, so let's see here, about 7 years, maybe you'll be in high school. I don't know if I'll be there yet, but I might be. Some people stick around quite a while. I hope, you know, I'll probably be involved with the KACT in some manner or another. So, you know, make sure you guys are volunteering. And yeah, there's all kinds of roles in theater, so I highly recommend getting involved in theater. But that's all I got for you.
So you're ready for some questions?
Sure.
Okay,
And
Riley.
Just
do
a
you-
reminder, I have a degree in math and physics, so I could pretty much answer any question.
Wow. Okay, kids, do you have any questions about what he talked about, or math or science? Okay, Mia, what's your question?
Me and my mom helped for the St. Louis play.
She and her mom helped do the scenery for Meet Me in St. Louis.
Oh, who was that?
Anna Cosio and Mia Cosio.
Oh, I probably bumped into you because I was. It's hard to tell because everyone's wearing masks, right? But if you helped to build the set for Meet Me in St. Louis, I was the guy who built the trolley. So the trolley that drove around. So
And
I
I think
probably saw you guys.
her grandpa is Scott Evans.
Oh yes, I
That's your
remember
grandpa.
you guys. Scott, yes, Scott's been a great volunteer. He helps with the high school and building sets. He's done that a long time. Since your parents were kids. So
Yeah.
I bumped into you guys. Yeah, you guys are already volunteering. That's great.
Okay, Miss Rosendahl, do you have a question?
Naya, come on up. Naya's gonna come up.
Okay.
Go ahead and ask your.
What is it like having a green screen?
What is it like? It's powerful. I can do whatever I want. I can be anywhere that I want. I laugh because I just talked to actually Jana, the actress that was playing the maid, and I was telling her, you know, I have a lot of power because I have pictures and footage of her with a green screen behind her. I could put her anywhere. So for her birthday, I put her on the street singing, if there's an old show, I can't remember the name now, but the famous song is Singing in the Rain, right? Actually, that would be the name of the show too. Anyway, I put her on the same set as him and she's there dancing and singing in the rain with the actual actor. So yeah, once I have a green screen, I can do anything.
Are there any online kids that have a question? Lincoln or Riley or Swayze, do you have any questions? Mia, do you have another question?
My mom does.
Your mom has a question. Okay. You have to show your face on the video then if you're gonna ask a question. Go ahead, Anna.
I have the window behind me. I don't know if this question was asked, but does the green screen have to
We didn't catch that. Does the green screen what?
be a certain color green?
Yeah.
It actually only has to be close. I mean, if you buy something officially green screen, it's the perfect color. But if you just bought a green sheet out at Walmart, it would probably work. I mean, if you missed it, I mean, I have my green t-shirt here, right? So it, you know, it doesn't take much green. And actually we had a lot of problems with filming because we had a situation with a guy, he had a hat, but it was a dark forest green. And we still, we did our filming. And then when we got to editing, all of a sudden we're like, uh-oh, because his hat was disappearing depending on how the light hit it. So yeah, there's also something called blue screen as well. So if you are, you know, if you have something that's is heavy in green, well, then you would use a blue screen instead, and the software works the same. Although Zoom only supports the green screen, but
Okay.
good question.
Ms. Rosenthal, you have another student question?
Well, Zane wanted to say something. Zane,
Okay.
tell him what,
So,
stand up so he can see you.
so what's that at your back?
No, what did you want to tell him?
That's,
What did you think was funny?
that's what made me laugh.
That slap made him laugh. That made him laugh really hard. Thank you.
That's funny.
When when I made that video the first time, I had my I had one of the directors sitting with me, and we just played it over and over again because it was so funny. And that's actually the second slap of the series. There's another one where she slaps another guy too. So, and it was funny because she does it, and then she's laughing because she doesn't know what she's hitting, and then it's not till we put it together that you see it's like, oh, you're really hitting this guy. But yeah,
Hard to line it up so that
the slap was hard. Yeah, the slap was really hard to line up and get just right. But we did a lot of lining up depending, when people were talking to each other. We tried to, we could put them in and back and front, but we could put them wherever we wanted. And if it didn't look right, we would just take another picture of our diorama and set it so that it was just the right angle. And the more modern way to do that would have been to create like a 3-dimensional world like in video games, but I didn't have that background and I didn't want to learn it that fast. So, but someone out there has it.
Lincoln, do you have a question? You might have to turn your microphone on, buddy.
How do you make the costumes?
Costumes. Well, I was pretty lucky because with Knoxville Area Community Theater, we already have a lot of costumes. Anytime we put on a musical, we keep all the costumes, and we have like a costume storeroom. And so yeah, anytime we need a maid outfit or anything like that. And actually, I think that maid outfit from Pella. So we work with a lot of other community theaters. Pella has the community theater. Newton has a really big one. Actually, they're all over. So Indianola has one, and then of course Des Moines their big one is the Playhouse, if you've ever heard of that one. But so yeah, if we need a costume, sometimes we go to there. Other times we have to go buy it, but then we always have it. So, but we used to have some people that would sew some costumes up, but he actually moved away from Knoxville, and he just finished schooling on the East Coast at a theater college for costumes. So. He's right now trying to find a job and getting in on stuff. So.
What's that person's name?
Andrew. That's all I remember. But,
Not Andrew.
yeah, I'm trying to think how long ago he graduated. He might have graduated in like maybe 2010. He's been involved with community theater. I didn't move here till 2016. I'm just kind of guessing his age.
It's not Andrew Kesey.
Oh, yeah, I am not sure.
Okay,
I can't remember the name.
That's fine.
I can look it up, but it would take me a long time. It's like Facebook. I don't, I always have to go to Facebook to actually remember people's names. Like, what was that person's name?
Miss Rosendahl, do you have any other questions in your class? I don't think she can hear me, maybe. Oh, maybe she's getting one right now.
So,
We've got a friend, kid.
she wants to show off. So hey, there they are. There they are. That's who they are. That's who is making all that noise. Okay, there you go.
Imagine if it was a green dog.
Oh yeah, good point. You're not a green dog.
Anna, do you have another question?
I had one more question, if that's okay.
Yes.
How many times do you think it has taken you to get something perfect?
Lots of times. So when we did this video thing, we did 6 episodes for KACT. We did a murder mystery, and that was part of the murder mystery that you saw in that video. And the first episode, I think, took us like 3 weeks to make a 20-minute video, but the last one took, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. So we did 6 videos. So over the course of 6 videos, we got better and better and better as we were doing it. So yeah, before we even started, we didn't know how to do green screen, so we just had to learn. So we just did practice videos, and we just kept doing them until we're like, okay, we think we can do this. So yeah, I always have a saying, because I used to do in college, I was a big rollerblader, and we used to rollerblade on campus and jump all over things, right? And people would laugh at me when I fell, or I'd have a skinned knee, and they're like, oh, what happened? You fall? And it's like, if you're not falling, are you really improving? Are you trying to improve if you're not falling? So if someone's out there and like, well, I never make a mistake, well, they're not trying to get better.
That goes right along with what we teach at school about perseverance,
Yeah.
making mistakes and getting better and not giving up. That goes all along with what we've been.
Yeah, there was a couple times during this process I wanted to give up. We're doing the second video, and I'm like, I'm talking with the director. I'm just like, we got 4 more of these to go, and it's taking 3 weeks to do. And it's like, well, we made a commitment, and all these people were filming, and we're like, no, we got to do this. We got to do this. We're going to push through. And, by the end, it was like, we wish we had more episodes. And so we put together a blooper reel, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, there's certain things in life you just got to keep pushing. And I mean, how many times people don't have fun because they just didn't feel like doing something, or you just got to put yourself out there.
Yeah. Ms. Rosendahl, did you have more questions?
I think we're good.
Okay, Riley, did you have a question? I think your microphone's off. Can you turn your microphone on, Riley? What's your question, Riley?
My dad is Russia.
Say again, sweetie.
My dad is in Russia.
He's a what?
He's in Russia? Did I hear that right?
No, I'm not.
You want Ryland to tell me?
I'm an electrician.
You're
Hi,
an
John.
electrician.
I've been at John's house before.
So he works.
Hey.
Doorbell.
Yeah, electricians, that is a great job to have right now. So
Might have been saying fixer. She thinks I fix things.
Oh, she has told me that before. Well,
Been
you
told
need
that as
electricity to do the lights for the shows, right?
that's right. We do some impromptu wiring and lighting. Yeah, I'm sure he would get along really well. That's good stuff of knowledge to have. So
Well, Mr.
Everybody should have
Urtham,
a fixer brain.
oh, I'm sorry, what, Anna?
I said, I think everyone should have a fixer brain. Like, you should just be able to think, okay, what's the problem? How do I figure out the solution? And use what you.
yeah. And with YouTube now, there's nothing that anyone can't really fix, especially basic house stuff. I mean, I have a background in fixing everything because I grew up on a farm, and we fixed all our own stuff. But yeah, I mean, anytime I'm like, okay, I couldn't remember how to fix my brakes. It's been a long time since I put new pads on. Yeah, I'll just look it up on YouTube, and it's like I've fixed my dryer. I've never torn a dryer apart before, but you just pull it up on YouTube and it tells you how to fix that squeaky bearing. So yeah, it's again, you kids, it's just what you have available to you. Nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do. Nothing.
Yes,
Just hard work.
that's right. Well, kids, can we all say thank you to Mr. Mertz and to Mr. Urtham? Can clap, or you can
Thank
say thank you.
Thank you.
You're
We learned a lot,
welcome.
We had a lot of fun. Thank you,
Thank you.
gentlemen.
You are welcome. This was a lot of fun.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna leave.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.